to my channel. I've got some Vietnamese snacks with me because your girl is back from my 3.5 weeks trip to Vietnam, and I came home with goodies because you know I have to bring some Asian snacks back so I can snack on these, and then I also wanted to give a couple away to friends and family. So in this video, we're gonna go through and do a taste test of all of the Vietnamese snacks that I brought home, and also share with you a few of what my favorites are because I used to eat these when I was a kid back in the United States when my grandma was taking care of me. Oh, and also if you're new here, my name is Cassandra and I create videos on productivity, self-love, and the occasional travel and living abroad vlog. All right, enough talking. Let's get into these snacks because these are some of like my favorite snacks, and I've been craving something just a little sweet. I keep saying Asian snacks, but what I really mean are Vietnamese snacks, since these snacks are specifically from Vietnam. And I don't know if you all are familiar with like Vietnamese candy or Vietnamese snacks, but something that I do want to share is that a lot of the sweets in Vietnam are not like the sweets that people would typically eat in the United States. I feel like in the United States we eat a lot of like, I don't know what the word is it confectionate sugar, like white sugar, or like gummies and things like that. And Vietnamese candy, kind of like these that I'm about to try with you all, especially this, are really different because they don't necessarily involve white sugar. It has like a softer, more subtle taste of like sweetness, and usually that comes from the ingredients itself, like sesame or maybe vanilla, or it could be, for example, like this sweet is a it's called kẹo chuối bơ, and that means it's made from banana. So this is like a sweet from actually the fruit already and not necessarily like added sugar. So let's go into all of these. I'm gonna like move these around so we have some space. And I think we're gonna start with the salty stuff first because I can't do sweet and then salty. We're gonna do salty and then sweet. And we're just gonna go through and try all of these things that I bought home. There's quite a few. Let's start with the peanuts. Okay, let's start with the peanuts. Here they are. It is peanuts. I don't know what rang means in Vietnamese, but it has thai up, which is garlic and chili peppers. You might notice that there's already like some missing, and it's because I gave this to Mario and Mario has been eating a lot of it. So we're just gonna try it. Here we are. So these are a little bit spicy because it has like the chili peppers. So I'm not gonna eat very many. I think like some of the chili peppers in Vietnam, I'm not used to eating like spicy stuff anymore, but it's like that deep throat, like builds up in your throat, back of your mouth spicy. And unfortunately, I just can't handle it anymore. These are so good. It's definitely got a kick to it. And they're really crunchy. It feels like there's a little bit of sugar, but it doesn't have any, I don't think it has sugar. It just says garlic and pepper, but ooh, I already feel the spiciness like building up in the back of my mouth and like traveling towards the tip of my tongue. But these are really good. We love, well, I say we, but maybe in my family, they really love eating like not fried, but like peanuts or cashews, walnuts and things like that. So this is really good. I would give it maybe a 3.5 out of 5. That's me because that like spiciness is like really tickling my throat right now. Okay, next is another nut. These are cashews, and in Vietnamese they are called, I might butcher this, so if you speak Vietnamese fluently, I'm so sorry. I think it's called hat liu. I could be wrong. My aunt and my uncle and my cousin taught me how to say it, but since I don't actually know the word very well and I've never said it in Vietnamese, I don't really know. But according to like friends and family and stuff, I think Vietnam, please fact check this. Maybe I'll fact check this and like put a little thing on the bottom of the screen if this is correct, but I believe Vietnam is the #1 exporter of cashews. And these are wood-fired roasted cashews, and they are lightly salted. I don't know about you all, but I love cashews. And look how big these are. Like, that is a good size cashew. Again, the bag is maybe like a quarter empty because Mari and I have already opened this bag and started eating it. So crunchy, lightly salted, so good. Like, these taste really different than the cashews. Sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full and while I'm chewing. These taste really different than the cashews that I've had here in Spain. Personally, I think these are a lot better, but these are so good. If you are in Vietnam and have the opportunity to try cashews or bring some cashews home, highly recommend. This is so good. So yummy. I have to stop myself from eating more because I really love cashews. And if I eat all of them, that'll be sad. Next are these two little chip bags. I call them chips, but they're not actually chips. In English, it's called grilled rice paper. This red one is with shredded beef. And then this one is grilled shrimp rice paper with margarine and garlic. And in Vietnamese, I think I can actually read this one. So it says bánh tráng, thumb is shrimp, bánh tráng is like the rice paper. And then this one says bánh tráng nướng chả bông bò. That could be wrong. I really thought I was gonna do well with reading this, but I don't know. So I'm gonna try these. I've never had this before. I feel like this is different. We've never, like my parents never bought this when I was a kid. We're just gonna see how it tastes. So this is the shrimp one. Ooh, it has like a really strong smell of shrimp. This is what it looks like. So it's a little rice cracker and you can see like the garlic and I guess maybe the shrimp on top. I hope this tastes good. Oh, that's spicy too. I feel like I should have got water before pressing record on these. This is not bad. It's definitely not like a chip because a chip, like what I know a chip to be, like potato chip, is really thin and crispy. This is crispy, but it's not thin because it's rice paper. And it's a little bit sweet. Sweet and like a little spicy. That was pretty good. I think I would give that a 3.5 out of 5. And now let's try the beef one. This one doesn't smell like anything to me. Again, same like texture because it's a rice paper. And then the shredded beef. I think I like the beef one better. Like the shrimp one, to me, tastes really shrimpy. And this one has like a nice mix to it. I feel like there's something sweet. It looks like there is, I don't know what that is in English, nor do I know what that is in Vietnamese, but this thing, which makes it kind of seem like fresh. I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5. I would eat this. I would eat more of this. I wouldn't eat more of the shrimp one. I think the shrimp one's a little bit strong. All right, that's all we've got for the salty snacks that I brought home. Now let's get into the sweet stuff, which is a whole bunch of like sesame flavored things. And I got dried mango. Okay, let's get into my favorite. This is another one of my favorites. This is dried mango. I already know I'm gonna like this, and before I even try, I'm just gonna say 5 out of 5 because I just love mango. I love dried mango. So this is what it looks like. And let's try one. My mom and I got a bag each from the supermarket. Oh gosh, these are kind of like big pieces. Oh, here we go. Okay. So here's a piece. Dang, this piece is big. Let's taste it. This one's actually pretty sweet. I'm surprised. That's good. I feel like I would eat this with like some tea. Honestly, I don't know where to put this now. I guess I'll just put it there. Honestly, I feel like a lot of Vietnamese desserts or like candies or sweets and stuff are meant to be eaten with like a mug of tea or something like that to accompany it. So now I'm like, should I brew some jasmine tea or something like that? But it's really hot here in Spain, and I feel like if I drink tea right now, it'll be a lot for me. Okay, I'm gonna leave this and I'm gonna finish that later because we have more snacks to try. I don't think I'll try like all of them because these are the same as I think this. So this is like a sesame square, and inside, like in between, it has peanuts. So this is actually really, really chewy, very like kind of like molasses texture. And I would definitely recommend, if you buy something like this from Vietnam, if you want to try it, to have a cup of tea with you, because this gets really sweet, and just mixing like the bitter and the sweet flavor helps a lot to try and finish it. Also, I feel like the square is just very large. Remember, like Vietnamese sweets and like candies are different than candy in the United States. So like something like this is actually a lot, like very sweet to eat in one sitting. These are basically the same. This one's like a thinner one with sesame. The ingredients actually are in English. So it says sesame, peanut, rice powder, starch, barley, and vanilla. This one doesn't have any sugar in it, so this is actually very good if you want like a sugar-free option. And then this one, again, is I think like a rice paper, and it has sesame and peanuts on it. This one I think is open. Oh, it is. So we're gonna try this one. Yay! Let's see how this tastes. Looks like this. This is good. I would also eat this with like a cup of tea though. I think it's like a rice paper at the bottom. And then on top it has the peanuts and the sesame. But it's like a really, really subtle sweet flavor. Definitely more nutty. What is this is good. I imagine when I'm eating this to be like around a table with like my friends who are all, they could be all Asian, and all of us have like a cup of tea, and we're just like chatting, gossiping, catching up, and munching on something like this and having tea. That's what I imagine. And that's kind of like, sorry, I'm talking with a mouthful. What I was going to say is, that's kind of like the scene I saw growing up with like my mom side of the family and my dad's side of the family. Like people would come over, we would prepare like a really hot pot of jasmine tea, and then my mom and dad would pull out, maybe not like these exact snacks, or like, you know, these sweets, but they would pull out something similar where it has like sesame, it has peanuts, or they would pull out maybe like moon cakes or just like little like tea biscuits, but like Vietnamese ones. And they would just catch up with like their family and my aunts and uncles, and I would just be running around with my cousins and my sister. And that would be the scene that we had just growing up when family would come to visit. Just like a hot pot of jasmine tea, some Vietnamese snacks, lots of kids running around, and like people just gossiping and chatting around the kitchen table. I got two last snacks to try. I don't think I'm gonna eat this one because it's more or less the same as these, but this one is hard. So this candy is like softer, pliable, and same with like the little circle, well, the big circles that I showed you all before. This one is super hard, so I feel like it's a different type of sugar, but same sort of ingredients. It's got peanuts and sesame. And this one I think I would definitely eat also with tea, but this right now is a little hard and I am not trying to eat it. So I will save that for later, but this is what it looks like. This is the bag. I showed this to Mario and he actually was like, oh, this looks like turrón. If you are familiar with turrón from Spain, I guess it's kind of very similar. It's got like the peanuts and then, yeah, sugar and stuff, and it's very, very hard. Since I'm not eating the hard candy, I will eat one of these because these are like my absolute favorite. And to be honest, I forgot these even existed until we were in Vietnam and we were leaving the hotel and we saw a little bowl that said kẹo chuối, which is this, which is banana candy. And then I like immediately had flashbacks of my childhood eating this type of candy when we were in my grandma's house and she was like cooking Vietnamese food and we were just playing in the living room. So I had to bring like a whole bag back because I was like, oh my gosh, my childhood. So what this is called kẹo chuối bơ here. And kẹo, okay, this is my like rough translation. If this is wrong, I'm so sorry. But kẹo to me means candy. Chuối I know is banana and bơ is butter. So it's like a butter banana candy. It is sweet. It is very like creamy in a specific way. And it is very chewy. So it's not like hard, but it's kind of like, if you've ever had an airhead, it's kind of like that texture. So this one I will eat because I love this and I already ate one earlier, but I'll eat it again. Got it open. This is what it looks like. So it could be kind of like a bigger piece like this, and it's pretty thick. Or you can get them in like thinner slices. I really like the thinner ones because they're just easier to chew and then you can like bite off a piece and let it melt in your mouth. These you definitely have to chew because they're so big, and then it takes a little bit longer for them to melt in your mouth, but still good. All right, cheers y'all. Super chewy. Tastes like banana. It's not very sweet, at least to me, at least in like the confectionate sugar way. So good. I can make one of these like last for forever. And I also would definitely have this with like a nice cup of tea or something like that to balance the sweetness with the bitterness of the tea. This is so good. Honestly, if you're going to buy only one snack in Vietnam, I would recommend two. Okay, like one salty, one sweet. I would recommend this one just because this is like a childhood memory of mine. So kẹo chuối or like banana candy. And then if you want a salty one, then I would definitely recommend a bag of cashews. This is like stuck in my teeth now and I'm like talking to you all. So good. At the hotel that we were staying at in Vietnam, I grabbed like handfuls of 5 and I would just kind of like spread them out and eat them as like a little pick-me-up snack if we were in the car for a really long time or if I was really hot. And it was just like the perfect amount of sweetness and like sugar to get me going without being like too sweet. So very, very good. Y'all, that's all I've got for the Vietnamese snack haul, the salty and sweet version. Of course, there are so many other Vietnamese snacks that you can try. These are just some of the ones that my family and I bought and some of the ones that I remember from my childhood. Honestly, I feel like having them here with me in my house in Spain is like, I don't know, it just feels like, oh, my little inner child Cassandra, baby Cassandra is so excited because these are snacks that I actually like ate all the time growing up. So it's really cool to have them in my house and also to share them with my Spanish friends or like the friends that I've made here. Anyways, I still have my kẹo chuối and my one mango to finish, so I'm gonna do that. Let me know in the comments which snack you are interested in trying, if you have tried these snacks before, if one of these is your favorite, if you grew up eating them as well. Let me know in the comments below. And then don't forget to give this video a like and also subscribe to the channel for more Vietnam vlog content, as well as productivity, self-love, and other travel and living abroad videos. All right, everyone, I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!